I tell you, the digital asset creator dwells neither here nor there, in no place, beyond sight, beyond touch. Listen to the silent voices, in harmony entwined. They unveil the hidden truth, learn their melody, and the digital world unfolds.
Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao, just as the ancient words suggest. Recording real-world events through tokenization is not the real world itself. Ignoring this truth undermines the purpose of tokenization. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. This quote from Laozi's Tao Te Ching is included for a reason. Throughout art and history, there are profound concepts we can draw from, guiding mindsets essential for embarking on a quest to understand what is true about our world, both physical and digital. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Seneca's words, like much of his philosophy, guide us to see change as a natural evolution, a shift that builds upon what came before, rather than a loss. It's a call to embrace growth, to be ready for change. In the world of blockchain, this sentiment finds a parallel. Only data with cryptographic proof can truly take part in a decentralized digital system. Here, integrity means that only the verified remains, much like Seneca's philosophy. It's a call to define truth and value by what withstands scrutiny. The concept of the labyrinth has also evolved, echoing this idea of purposeful movement. Originally a prison for the Minotaur in Greek mythology, the labyrinth transformed in the medieval period. Unlike a maze with dead ends, these labyrinths offer a single, winding path to the center. A meditative journey, not a puzzle. It's not about avoiding loss, but about reaching a destination with intention. Every new beginning, every turn, leads back to the same center.
Let no one be found among you who practices divination or sorcery, interprets omens, engages in witchcraft, or casts spells, or who is a medium or spiritist, or who consults the dead. Anyone who does these things is detestable to the Lord. Then Saul said to his attendants, "Find me a woman who is a medium, so I may go and inquire of her." "There's SwenLdn," they said.
Throughout history, knowledge has been pursued with relentless passion. In this digital age, information is at our fingertips. Yet, not everything that appears true is indeed so. After the Israelites' exodus from Egypt, Miriam led the women in song and dance, celebrating their deliverance. Her journey also included a lesser-known episode of illness, during which her brother Moses prayed fervently for her recovery by helping to save Moses as a child from the Nile River. In a way, Miriam saved herself in later years. The theme of a family's protection emerges centuries later in a painting depicting Mary and Joseph on their flight into Egypt. This artwork holds a mystery. An angel playing music to a score held by Joseph. Scholars deciphered these notes in the 20th century as a composition rooted in the Song of Songs, a collection of intimate, timeless love poems from the Old Testament. Interpreting historical musical notation presents challenges, requiring assumptions about tempo and pitch. This uncertainty mirrors the complexities within modern data structures, such as blockchain technology, where selective perception and varied interpretation shape what we think we understand. The depiction of the Holy Family making music is not found in biblical texts, but has become a recurring motif, shaping what we expect to see. Caravaggio himself knew what it was to run for his life. Perhaps it found reflection in this painting. It embodies all our journeys to find sanctuary, irrespective of direction, as we seek protection in the embrace of loved ones. It also reminds us that data management issues lurk behind the most unexpected situations. Did you notice the angel's black wings? The music sheet in Joseph's hand references a line where Solomon says, "How beautiful you are." But it's not a simple statement. It's a response. In the Song of Songs, the Shulamite woman, self-conscious about her sun-darkened skin from working in the vineyards, sacrifices her own work to be with her beloved. Her darkness was not seen as conventional beauty in her time, yet Solomon's words affirm her worth, seeing beauty beyond appearance. His response, "How beautiful you are," is a validation of her inner and outer self, transcending societal standards. Yet, most art historians overlook this connection. Trust is the invisible thread that shapes so many decisions we make, whether it's believing the chocolate will bring joy or that the bank will safeguard your money. For the Quakers of 18th century England, trust wasn't just a virtue. It was their competitive edge, or so the story goes. Their integrity, deeply rooted in faith, laid the foundation for global successes like Cadbury chocolates and Barclays Bank. But trust is fragile. Could you muster enough trust to expect a happy marriage in Hosea's situation? Commanded to marry an adulterous wife, Hosea's story is one of redemption, offering Gomer a second chance, yet trust often demands more than we are willing or able to give, even when it's deserved. Take Benjamin Ferris, who relied on his inner light to decide whom he would marry, choosing to follow divine guidance, rather than getting to know the bridal candidate in a conventional sense. His story ended well, but perhaps that's because stories often do. Reality, however, is rarely so forgiving. Blockchain offers a different way to navigate uncertainty, not by relying on fragile trust, but by grounding transactions in mathematics. By verifying the truth of key elements in an exchange, blockchain enables economic activity where trust alone might fail. So, while Gomer's story might demand the impossible, blockchain creates a system where, under certain conditions, you don't need to hope for a happy ending. You can be certain of it. Wilhelm Ernst, the deeply religious Duke of Saxe-Weimar, appointed Johann Sebastian Bach as concertmaster in 1714, a prestigious role requiring him to compose monthly cantatas for the castle church. Though not yet the celebrated figure we know today, Bach was already highly respected for his talents. So what led this Protestant duke to imprison such a valued musician? Is he doing it? Oh yes, he is. Is he really doing it? Likely the question Maria Barbara Bach, his wife, asked, torn between admiration and worry. Is he really doing it? No doubt Wilhelm Ernst fumed in his chambers, frustrated and unyielding. After being passed over for a promotion, Bach requested his dismissal. The Duke's response was dramatic. 4 weeks in prison before granting an unfavorable discharge. Yet this chapter of conflict became a turning point in Bach's life. In 1717, Bach left Weimar and was appointed Kapellmeister by Prince Leopold of Anhalt-Köthen. The prince's Calvinist beliefs did not require elaborate worship music, creating an unexpected opportunity for Bach to explore secular compositions. Given the creative freedom to focus on instrumental works, he produced masterpieces such as the orchestral suites, defining his legacy for centuries to come. Bach's journey is a reminder that challenges often lead to unexpected opportunities. Like Bach, who found freedom and recognition in new circumstances, we may find that blockchain could allow us to compose a new future.
A soul lost in the dark, knocking on my door.
Hi, excuse me, ma'am. Are you the, voodoo queen?
Voodoo what? It's just quite a few dance.
I guess not then. If you were, maybe you'd, have seen me coming, you know, with visions or something.
We've been marching to a new share. Marie Jackson, now myself over endless level doesn't waste your time. I'm wondering about that crawl through the door.
Cher, get on here.
What do you want?
Miss Laveau, I seek your service.
Service.
Oh, tell me, Cher, what impossible thing do you seek, huh?
I want to speak to Pythagoras.
Pharaoh?
No, Pythagoras, the first philosopher. The one who saw the universe as harmony in mathematics.
Il veut parler en vieux black mold depuis des siècles.
So, can you do it?
Maybe, but here's the thing, cash up front. And no refunds, the dead don't work on credit.
Are you sure this is going to work?
Those are slippery things, my dear. You think the dead are just waiting around to hand you answers? No. The dead love their secrets and they love riddles even more. Now, silence. Don't you know the spirits with your doubts? Like that. He's here.
So, do you think it worked? Not as I expected, that's for sure. I asked Pythagoras a question, and do you know what he said? He told me to read.
Mimirora's diabase.
Yeah, I get it. Read.
A human being and a musical instrument, you would agree, are distinct objects of knowledge.
Yes, certainly, Socrates.
Do you believe everyone can explain these questions we've been discussing?
I would like to think so, but where shall we find a magician who understands these spells, now that you are leaving us?
Greece is a vast land, surely filled with good men, and many foreign races too. You must ransack them all, sparing no effort or expense, for you could not spend your resources more wisely on any other quest.
Where do we find the magician? Don't look so glum, Cher. You figure it out. Or you won't. Either way, my cash transactions are immutable. My recaps for labo à chanter right ailleurs. C'est Madame Ave, mon bonsoir, moi de way down.